Welcome everybody. We'll be going live in just a couple of minutes. Get your beverage, your cold beverage, a little popcorn, and Jamie and I will be back with you at 7 o'clock sharp to get the party rolling. Well, good evening, everybody. I'm Heidi Kaisend at Hen Chicks Studio in Conrad, Iowa. We are so glad that you are with us this evening for Hen House Happy Hour, our product showcase. Jamie is with me tonight, and she and I are going to be going back and forth with a lot of great product. We're so excited to be showing you brand new store samples tonight that have never been seen before. In fact, I drove this afternoon over to Stephanie's house to pick up some of those store samples so they would be fresh and brand new for you this evening. So we're so glad that you're here. We love that when you comment. I know already people were saying where you're from. Tell us, where are you watching from tonight? We'd love to know. I saw real quick that our friend Suzanne in Canada is with us. And I'll bet you we've got people from coast to coast. And we love that. We love sharing the excitement and the inspiration here at Hen Chicks Studio, well outside of our little community of Conrad. For those of you who don't know, Conrad's about 1,100 people. It is a farming community. Definitely, we're surrounded by what they say is the best black dirt in Iowa. And in fact, we celebrate Black Dirt Days in June. That's how important that dirt is to our local economy and to all of the farmers. And as I was out and about on this gorgeous day, boy, our farmers are going fast and furious. So I always say a prayer that everything goes well for them and they have a good spring planting season, but also a safe season. There's so much equipment and stuff. So, but one of the quilts that we wanted to start with is this beautiful quilt right here. Last time we showed you a couple of blocks of City Girl Chevron. The pattern is by Krista Mosier, and it really is strip piecing and uses, let's see, Jamie, which ruler is it? This is 60-degree diamond. This is the 60-degree diamond ruler. And Jamie just showed a couple of the blocks. Well, she's been busy since then, and she got the entire quilt done. So we've got it draped here for you to see. I'm going to just carefully undo this a little bit and kind of hold it up. Jamie, you want to come help? Let's look at that just a little bit closer for everybody. tell us, Jamie, what did you think was fun about working with this quilt?
Well, I really like this quilt for many reasons. One, it went together much faster and it looks more complicated than really truly what it is. And then as we started playing with the colors and the way you could lay it out, the almost dimension that you get to this that you didn't see. And of course you could play with it with different colors.
Because we actually, when you were playing with this, we, as we like to say, auditioned, tried out different colors for this teal, everything from red to pink. I mean,
coral-ish and greens.
It could go a lot of ways.
We went this because it's just kind of, I guess we were looking for something that was unexpected. You know, you think of red a lot with black. So something a little bit different, but it turned out really cute. And I don't know if you noticed the edge, how it is. That's included in the pattern to do it that way. But if you didn't want to do that kind of finishing, you could just straighten it too. Yes. That great quilt went together super fast. A great pattern, very well written.
Yes, and we've gotten some other patterns from Krista too. Now, this particular kit. So now tonight, what we've got, what we're going to be showing you, we'll tell you what the SKU number is. There's a couple of different ways you can find it on our website. You can go to henandchicksstudio.com, and of course, Jamie is going to try in between to post things, but we've tried to make it easier for you that if you go to shop and then scroll down to shop, to happy hour, I think is what it says, happy hour, we're trying to tag any of the products that we're talking about in that area. But I also will tell you a SKU number, and this is 10102. The price is $86.95. That does include the pattern in it as well. We do have some kits that include the pattern and some that do not, so be sure to read the copy as to whether you're, if we'll try to say whether it's included or not, but be sure to check out, read the instructions as to what the product description, so that you know if you need to buy the pattern separately. Most of our kits, I think almost all of them include binding. We have some table runners that include backing, but most often we do not include the backing in the kit. All right, so that is our first quilt. We wanted to show that because we kind of talked about that one last month, and we knew that you would love to see that. So one of the things that we want to showcase tonight, with the weather getting beautiful, and I know I think people are feeling more optimistic about going out. We're cautiously going out, maybe not into large groups yet, but I think the more people get vaccinated and the more the rates come down for COVID, I believe people are starting to feel more comfortable. And so that sometimes means a little less time in our sewing room. But we so need that quilting time and that creative time. So we chose to really highlight some of our panels that we sell and some of the projects that you can do with panels, because they look fantastic. You can do them in an evening. So let that thunderstorm roll in. You'll be good for the evening or the day, whatever that is. But you can maybe make some smaller projects that still look great, can be given as gifts, maybe not as much time involved in them. And anyway, they're wonderful. So we've got a whole slew of projects to show you. And we are going to just, we'll be in and out here as we do that. Let's save that one. Let's start with this and then okay, so again, this is something that I believe we've shown, but we do not have this panel sold separately. This is Love Never Fails. I'm gonna just move that over a little bit, and you can hold that. There we go. So I'm trying to show the majority of the quilt. Of course, you can go to our website and click on SKU 10103, Love Never Fails. And the panel is in the middle, and then you have some simple piecing to do on the outside. It's just a very good looking quilt. Could easily work as a lap quilt or as a wall hanging. Everything comes in the kit that you need. It's 52 inches by 58 inches, and the kit price is $80. That includes fabric for the top, the binding, and the pattern. So it is just some really pretty fresh spring colors, and little practice there. This one, we just don't happen to have any of these panels to sell separately. So the only way you can get that, the Love Never Fails kit, is via Facebook. Did I just say Facebook? Via our website. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna, all right, let's go down. I'm gonna grab that pile. Yeah, one of those two piles. Okay. We've got all the quilts over on the side here because there's so many that we want to show you. All right. The projects that I'm going to show you next use a couple of our favorite Peachtree patterns. And Peachtree patterns, we've focused on, featured them before. Shelly Robson up in Forest City, Iowa is just a great designer. All of the Peachtree patterns are $3.50. Again, some of these include them in the kit, but I think on the panels we decided not to, because once you own this, pattern, you don't need to keep buying it. And I think you're going to see tonight that we've done several pieces that you might need several fabric kits to go with the pattern. So Goose Chase panel is the first pattern that I've got. And that one, it can finish about 39.5 by 42.5. And keep in mind that if your panel is wider or narrower, you can adjust that with some of these patterns. And that's what's great about them. But this one helps make a panel wider. So the first quilt I'm going to show you using Goose Chase is this panel from it's called Quilt Barn, and it is a great kind of folksy panel with some great chickens on it, barns, and it featured, one of the fabrics featured sunflowers, so we've got those included as well. And I just, can you see it there good? And then I just have to turn it over and see if you can see the beautiful chicken wire fence quilting that Stephanie did on it. I think that is just a real highlight, right? But so this this kit, let's see, Jamie, can you help me with price?
It is $35.95.
$35.95. That includes the top, the fabric for the top, and the binding.
Yep. Backing is not included.
Backing and pattern are not included. Okay, so that's Goose Chase. All right, then we've got another one of our favorites. It's called Panel Magic. We've made this so many different times over the years that I think it looks so different every single time. And the first one, can you see behind me over here in the corner, this pink flamingo? That is SKU 8790, and it's $32.95. And that kit features the pink flamingo. It's so fun. Somebody recently posted on our creative community that they took the kit and then they made it even bigger, and it was so awesome. It was a great centerpiece. So that is one using Panel Magic. Okay, then the second one I'm going to show you, it features a Quilt Barn panel again that sort of was along the lines of the last one I just showed as far as coloration goes. But this one doesn't have blocks. Instead, it has the welcome logo or banner at the top, and would make a great wall hanging in the entry of your home. And of course, you gotta love the fact that there's a green tractor. I'm sorry, all you red tractor people. We do have a tractor fabric with red tractors on it, but they happen to put a green tractor. Does anybody else just drive green tractors besides me? My first one was a John Deere 420. That's a wide front 1956 model for any of those men that are watching, well, or women, because obviously I know what it is. And isn't this super sweet? Doesn't take a lot of time to make it though, Jamie, does it?
No, and Heidi, I would tell them that it is so new that we didn't even get the picture on the website. So they need to pay attention right now to what it looks like. Very good.
Yeah, as I was going to say, we've been trying to get all of them photographed and on, so isn't that sweet? And the kit for this, the SKU is Tell me what that one is.
It's $35.95.
$35.95 for the price.
And the link is in the comments if they like.
Okay, so she's got the link.
So
she'll come up with that one. She'll come up with that. And if you've got questions, you're more than welcome to ask. Again, Jamie and I we're soloing this tonight. I feel like we're soloing it. We don't have Goldie in Virginia. We don't have Kelly. They've left us alone, all by ourselves. But if we don't get to your comment, of course, while we're live, we'll of course be going back and looking and trying to. But again, this is another panel that recently came in with the collection called Words to Quilt By. And there's so many different things that you could do with this particular panel. We chose to not cut it up and instead to make a wall hanging out of it with the panel magic. Just 2 other fabrics. And I do think it just looks super sweet. And of course, great sayings for quilters. What a wonderful gift to give your quilting friends or to hang in your own sewing room to be inspired by it daily. And we still have several pieces in this collection. Weren't there only 2 panels left of this? So if you wanted only
2 or 3 of just the panel.
Of just the panel. So if you wanted just the panel, we've only got a couple left. But otherwise, there are several coordinates that go with it. So say you said, I want to, highlight a different color instead of yellow. We do have some of the other pieces there. But in the kit, they are all yellow. So that is panel magic. We love that. Okay, then.
Heidi, there was a question on that Quilt Barn one. The one with the chicken barn and woodmill, was that a panel? Yes, that was a panel, and it is only available in the kit now.
And we're talking about this one.
Yep.
But yes, this guy right here, that panel is only available in the kit. Only available in the kit.
If they want to see it up close, I have put the picture of the panel back on if they want to see what the panel itself looks like.
Okay. Very good. So you can follow along in the comments, and Jamie is posting some links in there for you to find those. All right, so I'm going to move that over, and I'm going to grab this. Yes, these 2, right? Yep. Okay. I think you're all going to love this next one. So the words to live by, words to quilt by and live by, that collection was very, very pretty. It actually came with 2 panels. This is going to be the second one. And we chose, this time, a piece tree pattern called Twisted Panel, which is the same one. It's the same one we used for the, no, it's not. I'm going to get myself mixed up. We used the Goose Chase for the last one. This is Twisted Panel. And it is just a sweet, sweet pattern. All right. And here is what, I got to give credit to Jamie. She's been busy sewing all of these. Check that out. Is that not adorable? I just think it is so fun. Again, this panel would be a little harder to cut up. It really is intended to be one that is used as a whole panel. And just the simple twisted blocks on the side, I just think gives it that super extra flair. And it's really wonderful. And you got to see again, if I can show you, Stephanie quilted needles and thread into it. So it is a wonderful, but just a great panel. And if you can't see the gray fabric, let me walk up here a little bit. The gray fabric has words in it, and they're all different words about quilting in that. So that's
available in white and gray.
Yeah, and the words are available in white and gray. The kit is only available in the gray at the moment. Okay. That kit is, this one that I'm showing is 10187, and the price is $39.95. Now again, if you go onto our search, open up the website, henandchickstudio.com, go into the search field, and if you typed in 10187, this was going to come up and show up. You won't see that number actually on the website. They don't, for whatever reason, that number doesn't appear, but that's our internal SKU, and it will take you right there. So anytime we tell you that SKU number, you can write it down. Now, if you're wondering, how am I supposed to be shopping and watching this at the same time? Of course, you don't have to. You could just be making a shopping list. And you could go back later and check all that out. Or if you're talented, you can have 2 screens going, one with the Facebook on it and one with the website on it, so you can go back and forth and be putting things in your cart as you're going. And so we don't, if you make a comment in the comments like, oh, I love that, I want one, we don't sell that way. You do have to go back to the website and purchase it. Do remember that, like, say you put something in your cart right now. Say you're like, oh, I absolutely love this. And you wait 3 days before you place your order. It's possible that that could be gone, and it might look like it's still in your cart. Now, we do know that we've heard that they're updating that, and you might get a message that says that it's no longer available. But every once in a while, something will slip through that maybe has been sitting in the cart. So one thing you can be assured of is that if you're shopping tonight and you're saying, oh, I want this and I want that, if you place more than one order this evening or before tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, we're going to combine those all into one shipping, and we will not charge you multiple shipping. We would just take that off before we do the final charge. So just let you know, you could be doing that if you want. All right. All right, the next one, this one is going to get quilted, but at the moment it's not. It's called Backyard Happenings, and it's a very sweet panel from Gail Pan, and she's an Australian designer. The fabric is from Henry Glass, I believe. I think it's Henry Glass. And this one is also using the twisted panel kit, and so it's the SKU number on this is 10188, and it's $39.95, and it does include a really cute blue binding that coordinates with it.
That's just like fresh off the press this morning.
That's right, fresh off the press. Did you even sleep last night, Jamie, or did you?
I did. I just got up.
You got up early this morning and finished it, so see, she's always just busy quilting. All right, so we've got Backyard Happenings. That's the twisted panel. All right, and I go to let's see, I'm panel wise. I want to do this one. Grab this guy. That one, and then I'll go to that. Okay. Okay, we couldn't take this one off the wall because it's way up high. I don't have the ladder out tonight. It's called Blessings, Slideshow Blessings. And let me come up here and show you the fabric. It is super sweet fabric that we've got. And we use the slideshow pattern by Terry Atkinson. And what I love about her slideshow pattern is that you can cut the panels up and put them back in. So here's what her panel, her quilt pattern looks like. And that's how we did it with these fabrics. So the photos looks a little bit faded, but you can see by the fabrics that it's just really sweet and has some fun words in it, nice sentiments. And of course you can see that all on our website. And so we're always looking for ways to use panels because we're seeing more and more. And one of the phrases that somebody once told me was that that we should call them convenience panels, because they're just a convenience. They give us something more than what we could do, I'll say, on our own. I mean, there's no way that I could create a block with all these words in it and lettering, but to be able to create a quilt with it in is super nice. And I love to be able to, that we're able to do that. Okay, so when we're talking about panels and just knowing that there's only so many hours in a day, and a good friend of mine once said that we can probably afford to give away quilts to anybody from a dollar amount. I mean, at some point they get expensive, but we can, but it's really comes down to time. The time becomes more of an issue than the money, because you get into some of these big, beautiful quilts and we're spending hours and hours. I mean, you've seen me. I'm still working on my quilt from 1995. And in one volleyball tournament, I'm getting one leaf done, as an applicant. To be able to afford to give that away is really hard. And most people, when they're receiving a gift, are just so thrilled or tickled that you've thought of them. So being able, like some of these panel quilts, convenience quilts, are wonderful because you can give something that looks really nice and usable, but you haven't spent years working on a project. Instead, it's hours, maybe a weekend if you're, really, taking your time and doing a load of laundry in between and all that kind of stuff. At least it's a weekend. That makes a huge difference in how you approach giving quilts away. So we're always looking for patterns. I'm going to show these two. These aren't new, but I'm just going to show you. But we're always looking for patterns and books that speak to that. How do we get it, them done? And this book is called Project Parade, also from Peachtree Patterns. So it's from that same company that's doing all the $3.50 cards. This book is $18, but it has multiple projects in it, including this project, which is called Panel Parade. And you can just see in the black and white gray version that there's a spot in the middle. We've even looked at that and said, and I think this is true with any of the panel projects that we're showing you, if you used a big, bold piece of fabric, that you could also use these patterns for that. There's some that when you get a big, bold piece of fabric, I was going to look and see if I saw one real handy. Oh, very good. Perfect. Okay, like for example, cutting this up into a 2-inch square, you're going to lose the whole motif. So being able to put this in the center where a panel would go is a great way to use a pattern, okay? So some other patterns we've had are angled up. Okay, so that one's by the Jill Boyd, the quilt chef. And this, you can make it into a throw size or a youth size. The throw size finishes at 62 by 80, and the youth size is like 44 by 62. Love these panels. We've had this as a store sample before, and this is by Cozy Quilt Designs. And again, by adding different things on the outside, you can increase it to a throw, 64 by 74, a long throw, 64 by 79, or a full size of 74 by 79. But it's a great looking pattern. This is a brand new one for us from Mountain Peak Creations called Flight North. And this finishes at 53.5 by 69.5. And again, just a really nice looking pattern that you could use. Now, another panel project that we have is called Message Board. And we realized tonight that our message board patterns were all gone because it's such a popular pattern. But I thought I'd show you two quilts we made last holiday season using the... Oh, do we only have one? Maybe we only got one of them down.
Nope, the other one's in the corner. I got it.
Oh, you got it. Okay. And here it is. This is one of them. And isn't that nice how it just really lets the panel be highlighted in the middle? Just a great... Okay, and... Oh, there he is. He was hiding. This guy doesn't want to melt. It's warm enough today that a snowman would melt, and we don't want any melting going on. So here is our second version of that same pattern. The biggest difference is that this one, the one I'm holding, uses 4 fabrics, and this one only used 2. Now I have it upside down. I have it upside down. But you understand, so that's one of the way the patterns is written, so that only uses 2 colors, as the accent, and the other one used 4. So if you're trying to get a jump on Christmas and Christmas gifts and things to give away, great opportunity. Those kits are ready to go. We won't see, well, we normally see our Christmas fabrics come in May and June, but I'm all bets off this year as to when we'll see our Christmas fabrics come, because nothing is coming when it's supposed to be. So no bets on when we're going to see next year's Christmas collections.
Gail's asking, is binding usually included in the panel kits?
Absolutely. Binding is included, I would say, 100% of our kits. At the moment, I could not tell you if it is a quilt kit. I always like to think that the binding, most people are going to want to have it coordinate with the top. So the tops, you have all the fabric for the top and the binding. The backing fabric is what is normally not included. Those are ones that we, it would be a special thing, and sometimes on table runners we do, and we've got a couple of those tonight, but we would tell you, especially in the description, okay? All right, now, I think we're gonna go to, you wanna talk a little bit about,
Oh, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna let you do that for a second.
All right, well, we have had a lot of requests lately for our people looking for I Spy quilt fabric. And a few years back, Heidi put together a bundle of fabrics, and so we decided to recreate, and we're going to actually pull in, and so we're going to see if we can get this in a spot that you can see. And we're going to show you, we actually have 2 different packages of them. So we have 2 I Spy, and they're 10-inch blocks in each one. Each package contains 21, so here's one of them. I'm going to take them out, don't worry about it. Each package contains 21 10-inch blocks, which would make 42 if you can add correctly.
That's right.
Which would make a complete cake. So if you were wanting to do a quick I Spy quilt, you could do one, you could do the other one, you can bind them both together, you can sew them together as 10-inch squares, you can cut them up however you want, all those creative opportunities for you. But we're going to take them out and just show you real quick, kind of go through some of them. And we have 2. One is I Spy Soft. It's I, like the capital letter I, Spy Soft. And it's SKU 10180. And I'm just going to kind of start draping some of the fabrics up here. We know last time we had a lot of people really liking seeing the draping. And we have some cute little foxes.
Yeah, and if somebody is not familiar with what an I Spy quilt is, you know, it's like an old game, I'm going to call it that, where you say to the child, I spy hearts. And then the child is encouraged to find the fabric that has hearts in it. Or I spy chickens. I spy a white chicken.
I spy a pink chicken.
Right.
I spy a pink heart.
And so the whole purpose of the fabrics that we've chosen, and as Jamie said, cut them to 10-inch squares, is that we try to get it so you'd have something to say, carrots, feathers, you know, that there's sort of a method to the madness of what we've put in bicycles. Now, you could do something as simple as just sew the 10-inch squares together. Not even, yeah, we like the ice cream cones. Not even cut them up. But we also know that some people like to fussy cut or put them in a specific pattern. So, again, we've tried to give you the option of being able to use them some way. Now, an I Spy quilt could repeat the blocks. So say, for example, you could cut the 10-inch square into 4 5-inch squares and be able to, you know, have quite a few blocks.
Now, here's one of our newer fabrics, but we couldn't resist putting that one in. Isn't that cute?
Those are dogs. I see dachshunds and
I hope
corgis.
Kind of flipping through these fabrics that you start to get the idea. If you aren't familiar with those I Spy books, they're very popular. Even of all ages, they can get very complicated. But it could be a lot of fun, a fun project for you, fun gift to make, backpacks. And this is all, now this one is kind of hard to see, but I love this fabric. It has little squirrels, foxes, and bunnies in it. So that would be a little bit harder one to see. So all those ones I just showed you are from the I Spy Soft
Well, Jami is switching to the next one. You know, if you like what you're seeing tonight, we love having so many people watching live with us. Please, help us spread the word. You can share the post to your Facebook page and encourage your quilting friends to join in. We would love to have you tell more people about Hen Chicks Studio in Conrad.
Yes, share it with a friend right now. Share it with your quilting friends or your quilt group you're in. And so we're going through these. I'm going to just kind of go real quick, and you can start to see all the different patterns. Hopefully you can, and maybe some of them you can even laugh at as we show the food trucks with the crabs. And some of them are from some very brand new collections that we have. There's some bugs, some little houses. Of course, we tried to throw in lots of different things. Again, there's 21 in each of these bundles. So then you could make your own cake with them. And here Heidi talked about, did anybody say, I didn't see anybody say anything about red or green tractors, but in this we have the red tractors. We did not include the green. This is a really cute ketchup mustard corn.
Barbecue.
Football. And for the state of Iowa, our fans, we know we have people watching from Florida, Minnesota, Nebraska. Nebraska fan, if you may not like either of these next two that I'm going to show, but we have the Iowa and Iowa State, but it also has the Christmas tree and stars and plaid, some camping, all sorts of things, cute little pigs. And earlier, you might have noticed this was a math one. We recently got in the science one that goes with it, complements it. And our last one was I love a dog.
And Jami, most of these fabrics are still available in yardage. Is that correct? I think
most of them.
Most. There are a few. There are a few that by the time we got done cutting the kits for this, they are gone. But say, for example, you liked the science fabric. That's brand new. We still have that on the bolt. So if there's something in particular like that you're looking for, we may have more of any of these novelty prints. And what's funny is, don't you think too that I don't think of our store as having a lot of novelties, but boy, when we start pulling them out, we had to choose.
Yeah, we could have kept going. It was a lot of fun for sure. I'm going to slide those to the side here. And if you are creating an I Spy quilt, would you consider sharing a picture in our creative community? If you aren't a part of that creative community, it's on Hen Chicks Studio. It's like Hen Chicks Studio is the store you come in. Now, to be more a part of it, go into our creative community. That's a group that you join. It's a group. It's not a page. So you can ask to join that group. But if you are creating an I Spy quilt or have created one in the past, would you consider sharing it with us?
And Miriam, a regular customer and friend of ours, she says that her children love their I Spy quilts because she puts cuddle on the back.
Oh, yeah.
And they say we have a play side and a sleepy side. Oh my gosh.
We agree with that.
Absolutely.
We agree with that. But I'm going to pull this in because, we talk a lot about fabric and sewing and stuff. But I don't know about you, but last night when I was cutting, I really need to replace or change my rotary cutter. Do any of you cut and you get that little nick and then you're having to go back over it, or you just start pulling it? Anybody know what I mean? I think there's probably some people out there. You know what a difference a nice sharp blade works? Why do we wait until we have problems to change our blade? So we came up with a few things that, as you're thinking tonight, you might think that it might be time to replace. And we have learned recently, even about needles, how often we should be replacing those needles and such. So what about, do you need rotary blade replacement? I do. Don't know about you. How about your pins? And this is one of Heidi's favorite products, and it's the patchwork pins that are fine. They work wonderful for piecing. If you haven't used these fine pins before, makes your piecing go really well together. Also, they're a seam ripper. Now, in case you make mistakes, which you probably never do, and you never need one, but a nice sharp seam ripper makes it go so much faster when you have to seam rip out a seam.
Absolutely. And you know what? Deb was in here this morning, and because of the creative community, because of the creative community, we're playing bingo at the moment. And one of my bingo calls the other day was, tell us your favorite tool. And they started talking about seam rippers. and the comment came up that you should replace your seam ripper once a year because it does get dull. And for the price of it, it's sort of like the same thing as a needle in the sewing machine. When you think about the cost of a needle in your sewing machine and how it can make such a difference in how you piece your quilts, the same thing is true because this is $8.50. So if you're thinking your seam ripper isn't doing its job like you think it or it used to do, it's probably because it needs to be replaced.
Rotary blades.
Yes.
I mean, how many times even here are we like, oh, these are bad?
Yes.
But then we replace it and it's
absolutely.
So and Heidi was just talking about now a few weeks ago. What was it?
January. End of January.
This was more than a few weeks ago. We had the Smat's Needle class, and if you haven't watched that, go back and watch it. But we do still have those bundles available. And Heidi, can you remember how often we've heard it all over the place? How often you should change your sewing needles? Well, I can't remember what her exact.
You know what? And I'm going to get a little foggy on this, but it seems to me that it was every day.
It was like
more
frequent than
right because I think somebody said 8 hours, and I don't think I think it was even more often than that. Just and being able to know how hard you're using it and that kind of thing. So
we have the long arm machine and we change it every day. So as somebody told us, it's what, a 30-cent item.
Yes, right.
Save yourself. I mean, make your life easier when you're sewing. You know when it's a bad needle, right? So why not keep a good needle on hand all the time?
That's right.
So you don't have to get frustrated. So we thought of a few things. And then the other couple things, again, you may not think about it till you need it at 12:30 in the morning or something like that. Do you have enough thread? And we carry 2 different threads here. And Heidi just got into new thread colors in our Aurifil.
Yes,
ones.
Lots of new colors.
And both of these are excellent. We have the Gutermann and we have the Aurifil. Lots of different colors. More colors in this one now, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got grays, browns, blues, golds.
Some kind of the mauve-y colors are new.
We're trying to really make sure we've got a bunch.
And then these cute little, too bad it's past the Easter bunny for the Easter basket time, but we just got in some of the little box sets of them. And so like this one is the Milan gray, and it comes with the 3 different shades of gray in there. So we do have some of those products available on the website too, as you're shopping around and thinking about, it's fun to get fabric and it's fun to sew, but you don't think about the things that you sometimes need.
And somebody asked that this is $8, the seam ripper, $8.50. It comes in both teal and in pink. I believe the image is missing on the teal, so you might not see, but it's a really pretty teal. And one of our regular followers, I love, Gail, that you said that your seam ripper has too many memories and you can't maybe part with it. Oh, here's the pretty teal one too. So it comes in the teal and the pink. So you can get it in both of those colors. Oh, such great products that, again, some of those basics. And just remember that even our DMC floss is all online. So when you're placing an order and you just need to, add one more item to that, or because something you're missing, it's a great way to do that. So that is awesome. So Jami, I think we're going to move to these quilts.
Okay.
And again, hot off the press. It's not even quilted yet. Let me get it open here. It's called Liberty Smile. Check this out. I'm trying to get it open without getting it caught on the. Oh my gosh! Here we go. Are we getting it? Starting to see it? You might have to straighten it out from the front for me because I can't quite get so they can see that. And can you tell them what size it is and all that?
Mm-hmm. Yep. So this is one of our new, like she said, she literally picked this one up and brought it back. So it finishes 70 by 70, Liberty Smile, and you can see it right there. The price is $96. The SKU is 10106, and I have put a link to that in the comments as well.
My wingspan is 72 inches, so there you go. It's almost, it's as tall as and wide as me there. But it's going to be a beautiful patriotic. Not to worry, no one is getting hurt off the side of the stage. I just hit the board. We'll move that so I don't. And I think it's going to be a great quilt. Fun fabrics. It's got little fireworks in it, and that is a great quilt. So that'll be getting quilted, and you'll get to see that, I'm sure, all quilted later. Now again, last time we showed you this incredible Scrap Happy, and we actually took it out and we showed you all the pieces. I'm not going to do that tonight since it's all bundled, but we were telling you that we were going to make a beautiful quilt with it. The quilt is out of the book Labor of Love by Shelley McConnell. And the quilt is called Sunshine. And again, here you go, brand new store sample, hasn't even been up in the store. Check this beauty out. It is gorgeous. There we go. We love how I just think the colors sparkle on there. This fabric collection is from Henry Glass, Scrap Happy by Janet Nesbitt of One Sister Design. And I think it pretty much uses all of them. There's purple, blues, browns, reds, greens, several different shades, teal. But we just love how this quilt looks. We love the pattern. And what is the SKU number on that?
Oh, 1 second.
Oh, you're going to show?
Hold that. So you can see some of it up closer. The SKU number is 10013, and the link is in the comments. But I was going to grab, this is the border print that kind of combines all the colors in.
Yeah.
And so this is a multimedia or mixed media, I think is what it's called. There's some other colors in this, and go search Scrap Happy would be the easiest way to get all these fabrics.
Yep, you're going to find it all on Scrap Happy. But isn't that just a great and stunning quilt? So that is wonderful. Okay, now.
And Heidi, Jackie asked, does that have paper piecing? And I think, I'm not sure which one she was referring to, but nothing tonight that we have done has paper piecing.
No, we have not done any paper piecing tonight. Okay, so the next thing, on Thursday, so you know we're liking to do these Facebook Live events, and we're putting them all under the umbrella of Hen House Happy Hour, because it is a happy hour when we get to show you fun stuff and show you quilts, and so we love that. Well, we call this product showcase. Well, we're also doing a whole series of what we're calling connections. We've already referenced that we did a needle class. Then we did stripology with, we did perfect 1/4-inch seams with Celine Perkins from Perkins Dry Goods. Boy, did we learn some stuff in that class too. And then we did a stripology with Gudrun Erla of GE Designs. And again, learned so much about all the different things. Well, in the month of April, and it's this Thursday, the 8th at 10 a.m., we're doing 10 tips for finishing your table runners with Terry Atkinson. You all know, well, you should know, that my favorite table runner book is Let's Do Lunch from Terry. And I always like her patterns, because I think she writes them well, she tests them. I feel confident that when you walk out of the store with one of her patterns, that you're going to get what she promised. And it's just wonderful. She does a great job of multiple sizes. So loved inviting her. You know, she was actually here at our open house at our grand opening almost 10 years ago. So it's fun to have her doing this, at least virtually. And I know we've already had requests if she was going to be in person, and we'll try to get her in person when that time is appropriate. So, but without further ado, we're giving you a sneak peek tonight of what we're unveiling for Thursday's class about table runners. Now, one of the things that if you've signed up for tonight via the website, it's all free. All these events are free. But if you sign up on our website, then you got an email from us reminding you when the class is or when this event is, with a couple bits of insider information. That is going to be true with each of the events. And on Thursday, there will be a bundle that will be a sales special for the class, a class bundle like we've been doing. And it will involve some patterns, the 4 patterns that we're going to be featuring. There will not be a discount on any of the kits you're seeing tonight. So if that is your deciding factor, like you really like the kit and you don't want to risk not getting the kit of fabric, none of those table runner patterns are going to be, none of the patterns are in the kit. Does that make sense? Because it's a bundle, we're selling the patterns separately, so no kits in any of these. But backing fabric is going to be several of them.
Yes.
So, okay, so let's start with this one, since we've got that. Okay, so I hope everybody's following along. So if you have not signed up for Thursday's class and want to do that between now and, probably Wednesday night, get yourself signed up so you get that reminder email with the insider information in the email. Now, of course, it's on Facebook, and so we just want you to show up on our Facebook page at 10 o'clock on Thursday morning, okay? So the first pattern that we're going to be featuring is Desert Stars, or Dessert Stars, is when misread it, but it's Desert Stars. And we just think this is a stunning table runner. The pattern itself has a couple of different options. We chose a very neutral, so the stars have multiple fabrics in them. Can we see those pretty good on there? Mm-hmm. To see the different fabrics or different creams. And then the nice coral, I kind of call it a corally color, and green pieces. And then it also does include backing fabric.
And that's your backing.
Yep, and that's the backing fabric. And the SKU on that is 10176, and it's $28.95. No pattern, but backing is included. Okay, so along that lines, so now imagine this pattern, because we are not Wonder Women and we can't get everything done, and because we do sleep. Oh, and here's the pattern. I had it underneath there. We also have fabrics and a kit pulled for using the Gratitude and Grace fabrics, which is our Kim deals. We know how much you guys love those. And this one's going to be great with some golds and greens in it. And the backing fabric is the brown. The red is the background. It's going to be a great version. So that is another version of Desert Stars that we've got going on. So that's one of the patterns that will be in the bundle.
And she will be talking about these and how to use them and giving you tips for the table runners.
That's correct. She's going to be doing all sorts and talking about the different products and stuff. All right, the second pattern, she had an anniversary recently, so she came out with Mini Brick Road. If you've been quilting for a while, the Brick Road pattern, Yellow Brick Road pattern, is a pattern that I think so many people know, Terry, for that it's just such a popular quilt. And so now she came out with the Mini Brick Road, and it can be made into a table runner, a doll quilt, or 2 placemats. And version number 1, for all you camping fans, look at this cute camping version of Mini Brick Road. And I don't know, but I think the back, that is the backing fabric you get included. Super fun. Love that. This one is the SKU number is 10185, and it's $26.95. Again, the pattern will be sold separately, and it will be in the bundle that we'll be offering on Thursday.
Heidi, I gotta jump in because
yes,
all of these campers out there, I don't know, I think a lot of our friends have mentioned they take their sewing machine in the camper with them.
Yes.
Take a little kit like this along for that rainy day when you can't get out of your camper.
Oh,
you can have it done
perfect
in an evening if you really get on it. So
yes,
super cute. And I don't know if you mentioned, Heidi, but all of the kits we're showing, they are limited. Like, we only have what we have.
That's correct. That's correct. Because
keep in mind.
In some cases we are out of. We're out of some of the fabrics and that kind of thing. So that's why you're getting a sneak peek tonight. And so if there's something you really want with the fabric kits, you might want to think about getting them ahead of the time on Thursday, because we've got several hundred people signed up for Thursday at this point, and we're expecting a big crowd at class. Okay, so now, Mini Brick Road version number 2. We're calling this one Cityscape, and it has, look at this, super colorful back Very fun. This is SKU number 10184, $26.95.
And Heidi, just a reminder that we don't do comment sold or anything like that. And so if you have any problems ordering anything, just give us a call.
Absolutely.
And we'll be more than happy
We've
to help
even
you.
had the phone ring during, although we haven't had anybody call tonight, but we've had the phone ring during the show because somebody was so excited to get that project. And of course, we have an answer machine. So if for some reason you are watching this later, don't hesitate. Call when you're thinking about it. Leave a message and we'll get back to you with the answer to your question. Okay, pattern number 3. Oh, Janie, you come up and I know these are some of your favorites here. And this one. So let you show that one for a minute.
So Let's Play Hearts. We actually showed this, gosh, I don't know, around Valentine's Day. We did this one. Actually, Kelly made one. I've made these other 2 that we're going to show tonight. Again, Heidi has mentioned it. We know it's getting nice outside, and you may not want to. If you're like me, you'd rather be outside. Some of these embroidery type things that you can do, take along with you. But those rainy days or the early mornings, or you just want to make something little to keep your creative juices flowing, these kits, seriously, a couple hours in a night, use your Stripology rulers to cut them out. That's my newest tip. You'll feel good. And it's fun. It's super fun to put it together. So Let's Play Hearts. This one comes in a couple different ones that we've made up. And I don't know, Heidi, which one. I think I'll show the hearts.
Hold that one.
Script heart.
And we did a true Valentine's one but we're out of those kits.
So
they went fast.
Yep. And this one is there is lower numbers I know in this one. But this is the Let's Play Hearts script is what we're calling it because this was one of my favorite fabrics to use. The postage stamp type things in there. So cute. I love the coloring in it. Great for a shower gift, I think. These kind of pinks and mauves and tans. This is a trendy decorating color right now. Understated, but beautiful. And so this one is item 10181. And it does include the backing. Let me show you the backing because it's in there as well.
And that's from the
Rifle Paper
Company. It's a really sweet fabric on the back.
It makes into a 14 by 38 table runner. So that one's really cute. Now this one, some of you are just going to chuckle at because this is our newest one. And we showed you a little bit of this fabric, but it's called Uptown Dog. And so for all you dog lovers out there, we took that dog fabric and we used every piece in the line, or almost every piece in the line, and put them into hearts.
This one has Dreaming of You, Let's Curl Up Together, Faithful Friend, Doggy Daydreamers. We love the words in that one.
Just a fun, cute little thing. And the backing is included in this one, which is, and again, Stephanie does such a fun job with our quilting recipes with the paws. So both of those are the Let's Play Hearts. Again, that will be she's going to be talking about that. And I know several of you already have this table runner. I think sometimes what I'm experiencing is when people see these pictures, they have a hard time visualizing that it could go into a different. So we have really tried on each of these patterns, and maybe you can kind of see it. We've tried to pick one that's maybe more traditional and one that's maybe more contemporary or fun. On each of the patterns to show you that you can go a couple different ways with them. And we have a brand new one that's hot off the press for the pattern, right?
Yes, hot off the press, literally. And that is, Terry has come out with a new table runner called Cha Cha Cha. And love that. Every time I go, Cha Cha Cha. Okay. This table runner is 14.5 inches by 35.5 inches. And again, even her examples on the back, she's showing them and they're so different. So we just got in the fun barbecue fabric, peace, love, and barbecue. And check out this fun version of Cha Cha Cha. The SKU number is 10178 and it is $28.95. And the backing fabric are cows and chickens. And so we had a little fun with that as well. So this is Cha Cha Cha, which is the 4th pattern that will be in this special bundle on Thursday. And that will be announced first. It will be announced first in that email if you've signed up for the class. And so typically the bundle packages go quickly. We certainly saw that with Gundren, and then we had some shipping fun. But oh yeah, show the fabrics. Yeah, it's super fun.
Again, we thought these fabrics would also be good if you watch the unboxing to combine with Iowa or Iowa State, because they have that black and gold or red and gold in them. Maybe Father's Day, camping apron.
Yes. Oh, there could be so many different things. Well, it's been so much fun, and I can't believe that it's like right at 8 o'clock, almost at 8 o'clock. We've got so many different things that are going on, and we certainly have had a lot of fun. Do you want to grab Charisma Horton's patterns real quick? One of the things that we're always trying to look for is new designers. Last month, we introduced you to Krista Mosier, and that City Girl chevron, the very first quilt we showed tonight. We're always looking for designers that can help, I'll say, take our quilting maybe in a new direction or up-level it. And I found Charisma Horton actually on the American Patchwork and Quilting Instagram one day, and I'll say, called her up, and we ended up using some of her patterns in the Feathered Friends package that went out in March. Charisma joined us for our Feathered Friends event that we do online for hens and roosters, and it was really fun to get to know her better and on a much more personal level. And I just think that her patterns are wonderful. She does a lot of very graphic types of patterns, and like this one, Carousel. And we just got this one in called All In. Love that one as well. I think this could be very interesting in a lot of different, not necessarily contemporary fabrics. I think it should look different in other things. And Pinovations, we've talked about this one. We actually put together a bundle of fat quarters with the wildflower fabrics. I think we showed that last month. And that's a great pattern of hers. And then Starberry Jam is another one. And again, we've got some ideas of how we want to make that into a store sample. Just like you, we run out of hours in the day. We have so many ideas. We're constantly trying to put everything together, and we love being able to keep you inspired. So there's lots of ways. If you did not get the email, our mass email that went out on Sunday night, there is something going on every day this week. So tonight, we had the Hen House Happy Hour product showcase, and we're so glad you were here. Now, tomorrow at 2 o'clock is Take Home Tuesday. Jamie is the one who handles that, and if you were watching a few weeks ago, she challenged me to let them go on the road or to take Home Tuesday out and about. Well, tomorrow, they're going out and about. So you might want to tune in at 2 o'clock tomorrow just to see where they're going, but I think it will be a lot of fun. Wednesday, on the radio show, I'm going to be having Kelly join me. Our radio show airs live at 8:35 on 1230kfjb.com. And Kelly is a multi-talented staff member as well. She's always got things going outside of what's going on here, but she'll be joining me on Wednesday morning. Thursday, we have Terry Atkinson at 10 o'clock right here on Facebook Live. And Friday morning, we've got a Panto class. So if that's something that, if you're any one of our long arm certification class students and have taken that class, then you're eligible to take our Panto class so you can learn how to use a pantograph on the long arm. And it's a great way to, again, add some inspiration and a little bit of different creativity into your long arming. So I don't know. And then the best thing about this week, if you haven't noticed, Wednesday is National No Housework Day. So I challenge you, and it's also supposed to be the rainiest day here this week. So I challenge you to find something inspirational from tonight and get it out into your sewing room and be creative on Wednesday and every day. Now, Jamie, is there anything as we're wrapping this up? My gosh, I think we've actually gotten through all of the quilts we were wanting to show tonight. We've got quilts made for next month already for fabric lines that are supposed to be coming in yet this month. So there's lots of exciting things going on. Anything else we need to handle?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, we're so glad that you were able to join us this evening. And we hope that if you need any help, don't hesitate to give us a call. Our shop number is 641-366-3336. And of course, you can always email us at info@henandchicksstudio.com or Heidi@HeidiKaisen.com. And any one of our staff members, including Goldie in Virginia, might be able to answer your questions and help you. So everybody, have a great evening.